Welcome to another episode of Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 9, Episode 13. This is Zip It, and Joe and Maino, they're being grumpy old men. Sin is fed up. Kimbella and Yandy just can't get right. Stay tuned for all this and more.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yes. Welcome back to another week with the crew. I'm your host, Miss Conversation Peace, and I got my girls with me.
Hi guys, I missed you last week. It's Miss Thelmy. Thelmy Busway Daniel.
My bad.
I'm sorry.
You bad? My bad.
I'm done.
I missed you very much last week. We got the full panel. I'm your girl, Robin with the B.
Yes, back again, Kayla Renee. I'm so happy our whole little family is here. I'm like, hey, we haven't been the same since what, episode 3? Like,
We're finally back all together, and we're going to get right into this episode. It's so much going on. Overall thoughts, ladies. And we got a game against that bar as well. So I'm excited to get that back cracking.
We haven't guessed any bars in a while.
We got some news and gossip too. So you guys stay tuned for all of that. Get with us in the live chat. Also leave us a comment. So what do you guys think about?
Frankly, what I really loved about this strip was that people overcame themselves, and I loved how Juju kept making it a thing to bring things back to the group, and I really loved where it ended, like with the idea of burning things and leaving it there. So I'm really excited about this episode. I thought this episode really hit a lot of like heavy spots.
I agree. Zip It. I do enjoy seeing them enjoy the zip lining. I do feel some people needed to zip it on this trip.
Definitely.
And it didn't really end with burning the negativity because, as we saw, Joe had to get some things off his chest. So
Very negative.
The negativity was sparked.
That activity did not happen as far as we're concerned. So
it was definitely a lot to swallow this episode, but I'm ready to get out of Costa Rica.
it's been three episodes.
Right. Yeah, they
we've been there
usually
with
drag it out for a
Yeah,
super
they
long
do.
time. But one thing that I was really happy to see was the romance. Like, you know, this is love and
Slightly.
hip hop, so at least, you know, have a little candlelit dinner.
Maino,
with Maino. And then, you know, Joe, he tried. He kind of pranked Sin, like dropping on one knee. So, you know, she's kind of like, her ring finger's itching. So she's like, oh, what you doing? You know,
She's
so
like, don't play with me.
Right.
Yeah. That is one thing that I see they have stuck to this theme for this entire season, because that was something that they brought up when bringing New York back. It was going to be more so about the couples and the love and the romance. So I can definitely give them kudos for sticking to the theme.
Yeah. So Yandy, she decides not to get stuck in her room, and she's gonna come out with the crew. They're all on the bus waiting for her. She comes out, she sits on the bus, and it's like a seat between her and Kimbella. It's like that whole like last episode when they tried to do the sit down, it didn't work. But they decided to be mature with each other
Very
and just
commendable.
and
At least
just
they
go
can be
on the
cordial.
zip lining event with each other. So
I think when it comes to that situation, there's so much pain and so much hurt, and I think that what Yandy said, it was really true. Sometimes when people are going through things, sometimes you have conversations with yourself in your head. You've already played it back
That's
and
called
forth.
a staff meeting.
You're projecting so much, and I think that when she had that conversation, she was very upset about the things that Kimbella said, but she also heard some things that she had never heard before, as in like trying to understand, like, why are you so upset? Like, why are you so mad? So I think that walking away from that, especially when you've had such a long, deep kindred friendship, sometimes there are those things that are lost in translation. So I'm glad that she was mature enough to be like, okay, like I didn't intend to, but if that's how if she feels this strongly about like the things that she's saying, we need to get some things clear.
I agree. The thing about it is, I think what she was so mad about is because she didn't get a heads up from Juju. So she could have thought about that on the plane. You know, she could have thought about that en route and then could have had a better conversation, I think.
My thing is, like, who did Yandy think was coming on the trip? If Juju said if it was a girls' trip, who'd you think was going to come?
But also, like, this thing is kind of disrespectful. Like, it's also, like, if you know the gravity as to which, like, we are not friends, like, especially people who are so close. I mean, Juju obviously didn't know that she was talking about her child, but really think about it. Like, last time we were all here, Kimbella had some things to say. You were really dragging her, and that was really hateful.
Still, if you know you got beef with somebody and you agree to go on a trip, there's no way I'm going to go on a trip without knowing who all is coming on the trip.
That was like
It's your job to ask. Yeah.
That's like Jonathan's birthday. Remember, they didn't you guys didn't know Kimbella and Juju was gonna be there or whatever. Yandy, the situation was like.
I'm sorry, I'm very inquisitive. I ask
I'm
questions.
definitely like, who finna be there?
I'm like, oh, what's that? You know,
who all going?
Surprise.
I'm quick with the who all going because you gotta put your energy. You gotta
I gotta know.
And also, to your
point,
Thelmy, when you were like, she heard some stuff she'd never heard before. She's heard that before. She heard that Kimbella was upset because of her pulling up on the birthday party.
But we also heard some things we haven't heard before. They were plotting on a check.
But that's between them two.
But it
That's
doesn't
a
matter.
scheme between them two.
Yandy sat there during the reunion last year and just like let it eat that. Like never brought up like,
No,
we
I
were doing
agree.
it for a check.
We heard
so it's like
some
at the
stuff
end of
we
the
haven't
day,
heard,
it's like
but
let's
Yandy has
Yandy
not.
had to just be like, okay, let's be real.
Yeah.
You needed the money. You know what I'm saying? You were trying to plot on being on Love and Hip Hop. We were trying to bring some drama. You know, they know how they do these things, these reality
But if you
stars.
plot with your friend about doing it and it goes haywire, why are you gonna throw her under the bus?
to be honest, this whole beef is just like so drawn out
silly.
and so extra. Yeah, I was about to say it's definitely silly because at this point, Kimbella and Yandy just need to be like, we either gonna be friends or we not. That's really like there's no lines in the sand. They arguing about checks. It's like clearly Kim is the only thing that she's mad about is the fact that Yandy told her to pull up to the kid's birthday party
And pretending
with
like she
Samantha
didn't.
or whatever, and pretend like she didn't. And that was like how many seasons ago? Like I'm like,
Right.
what? Y'all still mad that we're just dragging this out now at this
But
point?
why
It's
didn't
like-
she think that she was gonna be the bad guy in the end anyway? Like
Yeah.
you took on that role, go all the way with it. Don't try to be like, well, Yandy told me. Like then
You should have been there.
At the end
You know
of
what
the
I mean?
day, if I hurt you and I make you feel some type of way and it's not intended, I'm gonna apologize. And it seems like that's the one thing that's really hard for Yandy to do. And it also sounds like that's the one thing that Kimbella just wants.
But
is
why
just to
would
be
she
acknowledged.
apologize when we
But
sat? If me and
we
you sit and
plotted.
plot and then it
Girl,
goes
you're
down and then they put the blame on you, but that's what we decided, then how you gonna be mad?
Yeah.
I'm sorry you feel the way you feel.
But
It's
Yandy
a type
can't-
of apology, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of keep everything cool. Like, you know what? You seem really pressed, like a panini. You know what I'm saying? Like every episode, every season, we're still coming to the same thing. My bad. I'm sorry. I
But
didn't know.
Yandy
It was
Yandy said though at the end when she heard those things, when it was like, let me be real with you, because I don't know. I feel like a lot of times we've really turned this like passive aggressiveness into just a way of living, and it's just like you can't put all that stuff on me. You're so pressed, you're upset. Now you're running around talking about my child,
Yeah,
the girl
it's
that
a
I've
little
adopted.
much.
That's how
you're
pressed
talking about
you
my
are.
activism.
You
You're talking
attacking
about
my
my
character.
life, my character. Why? Because you pop off and you came to pop off and defend your friend, just be like, I'm that friend. And
Right.
you have
I just
those
see-
friends where it's like,
They both definitely don't want to take responsibility, but Yandy kind of gives that friend that's like
Throw her hand.
like we get called like we gonna plan this robbery, we about to go rob this house, and
You
it's
get
like
caught,
if
I'm
you
in
get
it and
caught,
I ain't in it.
okay, if you get caught, we don't go together, we
"Hey,
don't know
nah,
each other.
that is not
So-
good with my
If
friend."
one get caught, the other one, why you
Nah,
gonna snitch?
sis,
You gonna snitch?
you didn't see.
Did you all see set it off? Did they not all go in different directions?
Right.
Exactly. She go.
I was
there
not
she
with
go
you,
on the bus.
shooting in the
There she
gym.
go.
You
Take
remember
her.
set it off? They went all different directions.
Thank
Right,
you.
right,
Clear
right.
as a
Real
bullet.
friend. Thank you.
I'm Jade on the bus.
I'm Jada on the
I'm
bus,
out.
okay? Shaving
out.
the head, calling you later.
With my little
And
sombrero
I'm
on, like, hey, I'm in
Still got
Cancun
my
with it,
man,
sis.
thanks.
Bye.
Mine.
Well,
Period.
one good thing that
It's
did
real.
happen, Juju, she got a chance.
We're
Sorry,
cool.
guys. That took a super left turn.
Yeah, set
We're
it
a
off,
mess.
y'all.
All facts.
Juju, she basically, she got through some of her fears. I'm scared of heights too, so like going 1,000 feet in the air, get on this zip line, it looks fun, but
Have you guys ziplined before?
No, I want to. It's on my
I've
bucket
done it,
list.
and
I'm so scared.
I've done it, and you're really afraid, and then you're like, "This is beautiful," and then you're like, "I could die," and you're like,
You
"But
know
it's
what?
pretty." But if I die, it's pretty, it's cool. The last thing I saw was something so gorgeous.
But are you like scared of heights?
I don't know. I think I'm in between. I don't have a phobia of heights.
I feel like
phobia.
there's a form because I feel like if I'm like really up high on like a ladder or some like steep thing, just like walking, I'd be terrified. But
Yeah.
I can go to like Six Flags and be on roller coasters.
Right. Yeah.
No.
I guess.
So I feel like it's a different form of like heights that I'm like scared of.
That's serious.
I've been
if you have a
traumatized.
phobia.
I was traumatized as a child, guys. I was stuck on a
Who did
Ferris
it?
wheel. I was stuck on a Ferris wheel like 5 years old by
Wow,
myself,
girl.
and I was like, "Mom, come get me." And
By
they-
yourself.
Yeah, my mom didn't want want to get on the Ferris wheel, so I was like, I want to get on the Ferris wheel, and then got
Oh my
stuck.
God! So she let you go by yourself.
But she was right there. I mean, but I couldn't get down. I was stuck
and
on
then
there.
you probably felt really abandoned up there too, right?
Yeah,
You're like, why isn't she helping me?
Like when I go to places like theme parks, I
I'd
won't
be
get on the ride.
traumatized too, girl.
How old were you?
I was like 5.
Oh, little Miss
V.
Conversation.
I had a little V.
I haven't rode a roller coaster since.
No. I'm not doing any of this flying in the
But you
air
know
for
what?
fun.
I did face my fear. I went to Vegas. You know that big Ferris wheel? I got on it.
Oh.
I was scared.
The Link? Is it the Link one? That's a real luxurious
But it was like
one.
liquor involved, so that's all the reason.
You need a little courage, a little.
Wait, is that the one that like Benzino proposed out the end? Is that the
It
was
was-
that in
that was in
Atlanta or was that in
Atlanta.
Vegas? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
They have
you know,
one
the ones
similar.
that have the doors or whatever. That's like kind of
It's
like
capsules.
luxury. Okay,
They're like capsules,
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
it is.
one of them
Yeah,
has
that
like
one was
bar.
a little different because it had the seats, but this one had like a bar and it was kind of big. So
Wow.
that's why I was like,
Oh,
yeah, you should try it. Yeah.
They can fit like
Okay, girl,
30
her 5-year-old
people.
self
30
was like,
30
girl,
people
way
in
to
one.
go. We gonna change this around. That's good.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't catching me zipping nothing.
So Kimbella tells Sin and Juju there was no resolve, in their whole talk, the previous episode.
Yeah.
You know, what's really interesting is just like Kimbella has really found a way to just play this in a way that she seems like, the super mature one. Like she wasn't the one really antagonizing a lot of the situation.
But then Yandy, she's down there talking to Maino and them about it, and Maggie.
We're just talking to Maggie about it because Maggie brought it to her. But I'm just saying, it was just really interesting seeing the flip from like, she does this for attention and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
There wasn't no maybe she does, or if maybe, there was no
hope she's
nothing.
not
There was
doing
no
it for
hope,
the- yeah.
nothing. And then now turning it around to like, I can be amicable. Like, no, you started the
It's
fire.
the ring.
Amnesia.
It's the ring.
It's
that's
amnesia.
changing.
Yeah.
The
I'm
rock
glad that
blinded.
Begging for
I'm a whole
attention.
fiance now. She
Yeah,
different. She
people,
different.
it's weird.
y'all.
It's like you really mad. You really just want my attention. Here it is.
Are
What's
y'all,
up?
are y'all happy that Yandy decided to stay, or do you think she should have just ran off?
just said she went
I'm
home.
very happy she decided to
Yeah.
stay because
Really?
one, you're in Costa Rica. You're
Wasting
about to
money.
let somebody chase you all the way back home?
No.
Like, this little piggy? Like, no, we're not doing that. Like,
And you're a busy woman. She said she hadn't had a vacation, a couple of years or something. And then Juju's also paying for a lot of these things on her dime because, she made sure to show her, like, paying
The
with
show
the
her
check.
paying the breakfast.
Yeah, I was
but
just like,
that's
girl,
what I'm saying.
relax.
It goes back to what you allow people to place on you. Like, you don't give people the power to upset you, the power to push you away, the power to chase you home. Like, enjoy yourself. You can enjoy yourself. You can put all that stuff
But you
away.
know how people get, especially when the drinks get involved, and then she starts screaming again. Like, I'll be mad too. Like, I would have been disappeared like Erica. Like, I'm on the island, but you don't see me.
Well, I think it also plays a good part that Kimbella has this amnesia, this rock blinding amnesia about her because she really isn't about it. She's not trying to go there. And I only think if it was her previously before she got engaged, then yeah, I probably wouldn't have wanted to be there because she'd be
Yeah.
all up in her face.
No, she a whole fiance now. She a changed woman.
She's very
Is
mature
that
now, you
what
guys.
it is?
She's changed.
I just think she's hurt. Like, she misses her friend. She wants to be friends. Like, she's just hurt.
Plus, when you get engaged, that's a happy time. You want to share it with the people that's been there for you.
But
So
she over
maybe
here, like, when
But
did you meet
burning
Sin?
bridges? Like,
Yeah, like remember she asked, who did she ask to be her bridesmaid? Maino?
Sin
Like, all
and-
these random
Girl.
And Maggie, oh no.
it was like, yeah, I think it was Sin and Maggie, and then like she and Yandy. Was Yandy there? I can't remember.
No, Yandy was not there.
Oh yeah,
It was 3 new people.
Well, Yandy was a bridesmaid anyway. We turned out to find that out later.
Yeah, she showed up. Well, anyway, Juju says Safari isn't a good friend.
Oh my God, this
Do we
is so
feel like
cringeworthy.
that? I mean, I feel like
We
Juju
talked
put him
about
in the
this
friend
last week,
zone,
too.
and now that he's moved on, or just not really like pressed to be running behind her, she just feels some kind of way.
Yes,
I was really appreciating the conversation she had with Joe in the bus or on the bus, and he was like, "You're not really ready to really put yourself out there and be in a relationship," and I
Yeah.
think that also plays a part. I mean, she might not even been into Safari like that. Maybe
They never
she could've
dated, she said.
Right, maybe it could have sparkled into something, moving along, but he just wasn't a good enough friend. But he could have obviously had his eyes on something else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, seems like he was focused on what we now know to be
I know when guys are ready for their relationship, and Safari seems to be like a serial relationship guy. There's some guys that are like that. And so he probably was like feeling Juju, going on dates with her, trying to show her. And when she wasn't reciprocating, he kind of like went on his way. And it was like,
That's exactly
it wasn't
what I think.
that he was being a bad friend. It was like he was being interested in her, and she friend zoned him, and he kind of just went off and did his own thing. And he said, even that, you know, sometimes he shuts down. He goes through a lot. He's been ridiculed in the media so much.
He had a rough year.
And, you know, she's been there. She's been able to call him, but he wasn't able to call her when her friend died of cancer, which, you know, it can be one-sided sometimes in friendships. So, I don't know.
But
I
also,
think she
if
kind
he's
of let
dating
it go.
somebody else, he probably, like, guys, sometimes they don't see it that way. So it's like, you're thinking, like, oh, we're friends, and he's thinking, like, I'm pursuing you. Once you show me that that's not what it is, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a
And then he's
tricky
dating
line.
somebody else to
Yeah.
the point where he's telling Maino, like, I want to put a baby in her, whatever. So they're clearly, and they were on a show together, like Juju, where other people assume that you guys are in a relationship.
Yeah.
You don't want to put fuel to the fire of your real relationship. So that's probably why the nature of their relationship changed. Like,
Yeah.
I have a
It
girl,
came
I'm
out-
not going to be calling you, or like, you know, especially if you're not a public person, like, we didn't know your friend died. Like, if you didn't put it out there,
Yeah.
how would I know?
It came off like super random because when she brought it up on the bus and was like, me and Safari never dated, and it was just kind of like, girl, like, who asked? You know what I mean? So it was like,
Wait, it was that meme
definitely
like
random.
nobody.
Yeah, it was like nobody.
That
Did
girl
me and
who
Safari
had
ever-
like that. I'm sure they had some
Y'all, this is a
the
panel.
edits. I don't know about them
This is a
edits, but yeah, it
panel.
was
She
just
said,
like,
who asked?
but yeah, me and
You're
Robin
savage.
talked about it last week. My eyes is over here watering, y'all. Look, I'm crying for Juju, but no, it's just like last week we talked about it, and I was just like, I kind of felt like she was hurt. It was like, like he wasn't giving you that attention, and then it was like he moved on, and now he's talking to somebody else. So now you kind of like, you're a bad friend. Like, hold on, sis.
Furthermore, just to go off your point, you know, adding to what you were saying, she also did that again with the Who Asked, where she was like, Wendy also mentioned me, and she was like, what about Juju?
Excuse me,
What about-
wait a minute. First of all,
crickets?
Safari
Like-
was a rebound regardless because she had just broken up with Cameron, so she is not ready to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And usually,
She
the
was not
person
ready,
that
yeah.
you're kind of dealing with after your breakup is just somebody to ease the pain. It's not gonna last. That's what the rebound is.
It's a friend. It's just
Yeah.
a friend.
You
A
say
special
you
friend.
just a friend.
But they didn't get there.
They
supposedly.
did something. They kissed. They did something.
Plus, as women, we do this all the time. The ones that want us, we be like, and then the moment they don't want us, we like, you know what I'm saying?
Because
We
she
just
was
kinda
definitely
like-
so quick to put Safari in that brother friend zone,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
sister with the mom, little lunch dates and stuff. And she's
we are
like,
not
"Ah."
interested the moment
Yeah,
you
no.
show any
I don't
interest
think
of
it
us.
was that. I think it was
Not
just
me.
like I said, the fact that she had just got out of a relationship, and you know they quick to call you the H word when
Okay.
You move on with your life too
Exactly
fast.
like Black China. She has a new boyfriend every week. So, you know, they don't want
That's
Juju out there
different.
like that. She's
I
a
was gonna
classy
say, like,
one.
that is not the person that we use for Exhibit N
I'm
in
just
this
saying,
argument.
She move on and they call
That is
her.
not a fair premise. Let's move on, please.
Thank you, next.
Thank you.
So yeah, I don't know about that. Juju, I think she's a little jealous.
I think Juju is bomb. I think, you know, when she is in the position to be ready and be whole and be available, she's going to make someone very, very happy. She's got a lot going on in her life, and I think she's very well-rounded. So I'm
was
not even
really-
worried about her.
What do you think about the heart-to-heart they had, Safari and Juju, when he pulled her off to the side to talk?
I really think Safari's a good guy, and I think that just taking his time to like kind of have that conversation with her.
Yeah.
Just people don't know with the drama. People keep bringing the drama to Safari a little bit, and it's just like it's not that serious. Everybody wants to pull up on him like, "Are you dating Erica?" Relax. Like she ain't checking for y'all. She's had
Right.
at least like 3 or 4 boyfriends since those situations.
Exactly.
It's just so weird that people are just being so angsty when it comes to Safari. He's real chill about
nosy.
it.
He's
And
such
for
a
him
big
to pull-
baby. Like,
Yeah.
he's a big kid,
Yeah.
and I feel
He-
like they always feel like they can joke about him, and they
Yeah.
can throw
And it's
jabs,
not
and he
okay.
takes it.
Well, because
Yeah.
he's
It's not
probably like the
okay.
little brother. Like, he's,
Yeah.
like,
And
he's
that's-
definitely like that little brother that everybody
Yeah.
like picks on.
And
Don't
that's
get me
something
wrong.
that Joe took advantage of.
Yeah,
You don't
for
talk
sure.
to
Joe
anybody
really
like that.
likes him because he's always shady in Safari. Like I don't like those shady friends that always got some slick to say to you. Like
I don't know.
I
I
think
dive into
Joe-
that anyway. Yeah, so we let our viewers know, like,
What?
diving into the Joe and Safari
Oh
conversation.
yeah, we're gonna
anyway.
get right into Joe and Safari later, but I'm just talking about when he first, the first opening scenes, he was just saying like shady stuff to Safari.
It was a lot of jazz, but it was from everybody almost. Like even when Maino was like, "So did you snitch?"
But
like
also,
it was just a lot. Like, "Good morning,
Yeah.
can I get a bite out of my croissant?"
Like when he said something about, that's how you got robbed. Like just saying like little stuff like that versus like
he gets picked on a lot,
exactly.
and he is a serial monogamist, like you were saying. But it does seem like every time he is interested in someone, he's fully interested in that person. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell, and he's one of those people that like, maybe he got fully interested into somebody, and then he fell off the
radar.
He fell off the radar with Juju because he's like, well, I'm laser focused on this next project.
Yeah, they had wrong intentions. It was like Juju was like really trying to have Safari be like that confidant, that good friend, when he was probably really like trying to pursue her. So
she
it was
might have
really
been trying to groom him into being something more than a friend. Because sometimes you see that happen. We're best friends. That's my bro, and then you get so close, and then you end up like dating. And maybe she did see some kind of potential in that, and they were just on a different wavelength.
Snooze, you lose. No,
right? No, because he doesn't even wait long to like. He doesn't feel like you have to wait so long because I think Maino was saying. No, was it Maino? He was saying that Kimbella did 10
the timeline,
years. And then Joe was saying that
How
Kimbella did 10
even the way
years.
he said that really annoyed. Did 10 years? What is a jail sentence?
Exactly.
What do I have to do 10 years? How dare you say stuff like that? It doesn't make no sense to me. Kimbella did 10 years before she got a ring. You guys there's something wrong with you. And like
I don't like when they use that as an example. Like she waited 10 years. Why you need it so fast?
Right.
Like
what are you talking about? And
like,
I think what Safari said. Thank you.
Right.
That for what Safari said was real. Like
yeah,
you know. You feel
exactly.
me? You feeling somebody? I'm not with the whole.
He was like, it doesn't matter.
I'm not like that.
Them picking
when you
on
know,
him.
you know. And then
Exactly.
also,
So why would he want to tell y'all anything about his business when
hello.
y'all are hella judgmental?
Exactly.
And that's what he said to
Juju.
Juju.
And when it's a new relationship, you don't want to put it out there.
That's
regardless
how much
of
he
who
cares
it is.
about it.
Exactly.
I believe him too.
Me
Because he's
too.
such a hopeless romantic that it's like anything that like involves love, I'm team
Think
Safari.
about it. How easy it could have been for Mona to put Erica Mena on the show. Think about how easy it could have been. And he made it very clear y'all not gonna see her on the show. Like he had made a comment on one of his posts and he was like, y'all don't think it's real, watch you never see her on the show. Or something like that. Like it's serious to him and it means something to him. And it's not for a display for you guys to like just throw, shots at and just pick apart.
And it's not even just them as a group. It's just like even with myself, I'm single now, but if I got into a relationship 2 months in, I'm not gonna be putting my man on Instagram like, yeah, we so happy, and then break up in a month.
We're gonna go a whole 12 months.
Exactly.
We're gonna go a whole 12 months.
But I really also feel like we also have to really read between the lines of the things that he's saying. I think like when we talk about like, you talked about like things that happen to you to just kind of carry on, And I feel like Safari has always been in a place where he's been made fun of or been looked at as like, who are you? You know what
serious.
I mean? Or not being
all.
taken seriously. And that is a consistent thread in his life, in some of his relationships. So I feel like you carry that on. And he even said that to Juju when they had the one-on-one, which made me like really understand where he was coming from, because I could see her coming out of nowhere like, you're not a good friend. And he's like, wait, that kind of hit. What are you talking about? Like, where did that come from? Because he was like saying like, I can share with you where I'm at, but like when I'm in that table and they're asking me things, I don't know their intent. I don't know why they're picking on me, why they're asking these questions. So I'm not gonna sit here and talk about my relationship, but this is where things are at. And I shut down sometimes because like people really come at me.
Exactly.
So I feel like, I don't know, when it comes to Safari, like I really think that he's growing and he's trying, and I really hope him and Erica Mena like work out.
I do too.
Because they both they're people who love and I want them to just like do what they need to do.
Find their person.
And move forward. Anybody got time to be playing around? Love is a gift.
Yes.
Speaking of love, let's shout out some love to our viewers, you guys. And before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk and for us continuing to grow. But you guys, we need your help. If you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button.
Bang that.
And subscribe right now. And if you're on iTunes and Spotify, go ahead and get that 5-star rating also. But no matter where you are, go ahead and leave us a comment so we can get you guys involved in our conversation. And being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us in what we love. And don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our shows, you guys.
Yes.
I feel like that really
comment,
deserves
subscribe.
like a period at the end.
Period.
Yes.
Period.
Like, comment, subscribe. Anybody in the live chat right now? Talking to us?
Internet is not acting right.
Oh, we have
Well,
some
shout out to
technical-
Carlton. He always tunes in each and every week.
Carl,
No matter what
that's
you
good.
say or do, we appreciate
We
you.
do. You
Shout out to
are
you,
the
boo.
honorary host on this panel with us.
Because you know all the tea.
Okay.
You can tell us. It's okay.
You be letting us know them Wikipedia facts and everything, y'all.
Well, let me tell you who was feeling some kind of way. Sin, she was looking at Joe up and down. She was looking at Safari up
There
and
was
down.
a lot of
like,
heat coming
she was like,
from
oh,
that.
Erica's here? Oh, she was not feeling that. She wasn't feeling the way that Joe came at her about this whole jacuzzi situation. Now, did we see the jacuzzi?
Can we
No,
talk
we
about
didn't.
this? No, we didn't.
We
was
didn't,
real
but
off
also that
camera.
was just really weird because even the manner in which he spoke about it, he goes, "We've discussed." Oh man,
Super vague.
People can be so controlling.
Super vague.
We've talked about how we want to present ourselves in public. It's just like she wasn't even in the jacuzzi. Maybe she was twerking with her
She was
friends. I don't
adjacent
even know what was going
to the
on.
jacuzzi twerking.
But yeah,
And
but-
apparently he was not there. He just heard about it. Is that what it is?
To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't know. Am I the only one? It seemed like she wasn't even with anybody from the cast. It just kind of seemed like maybe she just kind of took like a little solo trip to the jacuzzi.
I'm sorry. What
and then
happened
it
to the
was like-
romantic night? Why
Well,
was
it
she
was
there
like-
by herself? Like what?
But it was
how
like-
did
You
that
know he
happen?
fell asleep again. You know, grumpy old man.
That's what I
Sunday-
mean. And he was like, you know, my girl's young. Yeah, she's 26 years old.
And he's like 48.
No,
Yeah,
okay,
he was
so he's
asleep.
38, but he's really like 50, like at
He got
heart.
an old soul.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he did a lot of drugs.
You know?
I'm just
Yes,
saying,
he
it
has
takes a
lived.
toll on your body.
No, not even just taking a toll on your body. He has
Oh my
lived.
God.
I'm so glad I
a
wasn't
lot
drinking.
of-
I would have spat the whole thing.
No, he had no. Let's be real. Let's just like not even because I don't think addiction or anything like that is obviously none of us think that that's funny. But I
true.
think to what V's trying to say is just like you've really gone through a lot of mental gymnastics in your life.
Right,
so
right.
there's stages of life that you're going through. You ever go through something and you see somebody younger than you just like wilding and you just
And
have
you
to
like,
look at them
ooh,
with
they just
empathy,
gonna
like
learn.
been there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I don't want to perpetuate that in my relationship.
Again,
and the thing that's really weird about
controlling,
Joe is
though.
that he is very controlling.
'Cause Sin is not
And
like that.
That's also like something that I always talk about with like relationships with such an age difference. Sometimes older they do want to kind of like remold you, reteach you, re-raise you, and it's
like-
a situation of like this is how I want my woman to act. She needs to be acting like a wife. She needs to be clean. She needs to be doing all these things, and it's more so about like these roles and gender roles.
But
I
don't
think
try
there
and
is a
change
way
her.
that you act in a relationship. You don't want a Joe man being too friendly with girls, like, hey girl,
Right.
and rubbing
And
them on
if-
their shoulder and hugging them. Like,
And
no.
if she was twerking in somebody's face,
Yeah.
you know, or something
Which
like
I
that,
don't
we
think she
understand.
was.
Which
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think
I
she
don't
was
think Kim would-
either.
I don't think she would
And
even
she's
do
a
something
free
like
spirit,
that.
and she's always been like that, and you met her like that, and that's what attracted you to her in the beginning. So when you meet somebody and they're a certain way, and then you want to change them, like I'm not here for that at all. And what are you doing? Are you changing it all? No,
I
you're
kinda
just being
see-
the
You're the
older,
same
controlling
person.
guy.
I kind of see both sides because one, it's like you can definitely tell Joe is trying to be like this presidential first lady look, like you know what I mean. He's like trying to have Sin be like, hey, we need to be on our P's and Q's when we go out. We need to have this certain type of demeanor when we go out, you know. But in her confessional, she was like, I'm this 26-year-old vibrant, outgoing, twerking type of girl. Like, this is me. So it's like, but at the same time, when she was explaining the situation, it seemed like she was at the pool with kind of like some randoms and they had some music playing and she was just kind of like feeling and getting her little twerk on. But it was just like, and then I guess Joe came down and seen her doing it or something like that, and that's kind of what sparked the argument.
I can
But
see
it
that.
also
I think
sounds
the
like
way
he
that
went off on her in front of
it was
everybody.
disrespectful.
But see,
It
at
was
the same time,
disrespectful.
if like if I was in a man's position, I wouldn't want my girl twerking at the pool.
But
either,
you don't.
though,
But I'm not
like-
your child.
That's
so you
true
don't come
too,
in
though.
like you're not gonna reprimand me or something. Like I'm not your child.
Don't
I
ask
mean,
me
I
to go.
understand that.
I
It's
feel
not in my
like
nature to
there's
start
a way
like.
to compromise. Like he could have
Yeah.
been like, babe, you know, I don't want you down here at the pool, but let's go put some music on at the pad, and then like we can get our little dance on or whatever at the house. Like you know
So
what I
you
mean?
guys don't
Like let me
feel
go
like
twerk up at the house on my man. Like that's fine.
There's things that what's understood doesn't have to be explained.
I
Like you're in a
agree.
I think
relationship,
that you shouldn't be
know
doing none of that.
What
I
you should be
agree.
doing. You know,
That's
if it's
true.
dudes at the jacuzzi, I shouldn't be here. Like
I
go
really
find
don't
your
think.
man.
Was
well,
she
we didn't
really
see.
by
That's what I'm
herself?
saying.
That's what
we
I
don't
wanna
know.
know.
We don't know what
We don't
situation.
know, so I
That
can't
was
really
thrown
speak
in
on it.
there.
I just know that I know that like Sin is the girl who will pick up a water bottle and turn it into a microphone and full
Yeah.
out perform Beyonce. So she could have just been being nice. And she said that she made a conscious decision when she was talking to Kimbella. She was like, I wasn't in the jacuzzi. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know
That
what
was me
he
trying.
saw.
That was me
Yeah,
putting
so
in the
she's
effort.
conscious about it. So I don't know. I can't really speak on it, but I definitely do see both sides. But if he did come in there in a very controlling manner, trying to reprimand her, like belittle her, like what are you doing? Like almost like that is just
But that is just Joe.
That is Joe.
And
that's been Joe in every single
so are we asking him to
relationship.
change? Because you're saying Sin can't change.
No,
he's changing. You guys remember when he was doing Tahiri, right?
He's doing it on his own. That's what I'm saying.
When he was talking to Maino about it, and he was like, well, I get how things are.
They
but
both
what about
dating
me?
younger women.
What about me? What about me? And it's like, what about you? Like, you have to compromise as well. Like, and then he goes, we've talked about it. And it was understood. Like, what conversation did you have that I'm not going to twerk adjacent to the jacuzzi? Like, was that the conversation that you guys talked about? Like,
I just see
it just seems really vague to me. And I just think because they did the little counseling session, they should be able to talk that stuff out, go back to the room. Don't embarrass her in public. That's what you're not going to do. Okay. Because then you're going to get a different side. You're going to get a different reaction, right? It's all about the presentation.
We can't even really speak on it, though, because it's like we don't even know yet. I'm like, we don't even know what the hell happened at the jacuzzi.
And they both were very vague in expressing how they felt.
Because it was like
it was just super vague. I'm like...
We seen it like the next morning. They woke up and wasn't talking to each other.
It went from, I got a romantic night planned for us, baby, to... I ain't messing with you.
Because it's too many loopholes. It's too many loopholes in that story. Because it's like, how the hell did y'all go from having a romantic night to now sitting by herself at a jacuzzi?
Because he fell asleep on her and she went to twerk.
She did say he had to work or he had something he had to do. I don't know if it just came up or what, but it's all about the presentation.
But he did say something that I thought was really important, and I think that, we do have to think about that, especially when you want to be in a relationship, you want to be married, so on and so forth. You definitely have to find people who love like you do. But it's also, there are adjustments, like the same way. I think Joe is trying. He has learned. He's still a little reminiscent of the Joe.
Who brought the therapist
of the Joe, of the Joe that I've pretty much seen him be in every relationship. Right. There has been a little lingering of that same Joe, but I also feel like he's coming to
What other relationships have you seen him in?
Tahiri, that is the biggest relationship that Joe was. But that was such a dramatic relationship. They started off on YouTube. Name? You guys don't remember them when you see they used to do YouTube videos before YouTube videos were a
Gloria,
thing.
but I know that's like far from what her name was. What's her name? No, that light skinned girl that was after Tahiri
with the hair,
the mohawk hair. Oh my god, I feel like her name was something with an M too.
No, I know exactly who you're talking about. Kayla. Kayla. So it was always that relationship where he's like,
her name Kayla?
Telling them how to how to be, how to act. I don't know. It's really interesting but at the same time, just like he said, I'm a Virgo man. I know Virgo man. And I feel like, he knows how he likes things done. And I feel like they're in a situation where if he needs to adjust to kind of like how to be with a woman, he's just saying like, you need to kind of make some adjustments with me too, because like guys are very sensitive. Their egos are.
Speaking of Joe's controlling nature, he confronts Safari about bringing Erica. He gets very like heated and almost bust a brain vessel or something. And he was like, don't be messing with my old lady. Like, okay, how is it? Like, I mean, is he breaking the bro code by doing that? I thought
it seemed a little catty, because I'm like, okay, I can see you checking about a man, but this was a whole lesbian relationship that you trying to check.
That wasn't even a thing.
It wasn't even serious. It was a little fling thing.
I don't see how you can check someone about your lady's ex. Like, if it was Joe's ex, then I could see him getting that mad. But if it's Sin's ex,
I don't think there was a reasoning. I don't think there was a reasoning for him to get as upset as he did. Period. Like, I understand where he's coming from. Like, hey, bro code, you could have given me a heads up. I understand that. But for you
don't think you owe me an apology?
But that's exactly what Yandy did. When Yandy didn't get the heads up, she got that mad. So I feel like
she didn't get that mad. He did way too much. I feel like he was taking.
She was living. She was about to leave.
No, I feel like he was showing out. He was showing out on Sin's behalf. He and Sin are having issues. He knows, like,
I think he was still mad.
He was still mad from that issue, and he was projecting onto Safari. And if Safari wasn't as mature as he is, I'm not start giving him the maturity award of the day, but I'm just saying, like, he handled that situation. He held back. Talking about putting my face in the sand for what?
Well, it turns Sin
I feel like Safari handled that like super with class.
That's what I'm saying, like, with so much class. And that's what I'm saying. Joe took out his anger on Sin and his frustrations that were going on with other things on Safari. And also, that was an intersected with the fact that he was also interested in appeasing his lady, and doing the macho
Let's
thing.
talk about it turns sin on. It turns sin on when it's not projected to her. But when he's doing it to her, then
she was looking so awkward sitting there, though. It looked like she wanted to interject.
She wanted to say something, but she didn't.
But you gotta choose.
She did say something.
You like Joe like that, but you don't like when Joe's like that with you.
My whole thing is, I just could have sworn there wasn't no bad blood between Erica and Sin. So I'm just like,
we got some evidence, Caleb.
So I'm like,
Caleb pulled up some evidence. Y'all see later.
So I just want to know, like, why is it such an issue that she's there on the island?
That's why I feel like it's something underlining with Joe and Safari. Like, he's always throwing shade. He's getting like super upset with him. Like, I feel like Joe doesn't really like Safari, and he's just kind of like.
I wouldn't argue with that. I wouldn't necessarily argue with that, but I also feel like if he is looked at as like this little kid brother, he's also looked at as someone that can always get pushed around, and it's easy to let off on him.
That's what it is. It's because Joe is one of those. I don't know if it's age or what he thinks it is. He's always coming from this, this is Godfather advice. Like, you should be doing something for your music. It's like, at the end of the day, it's all about your delivery. And I just feel like he is somebody. He is somebody who is allowed. Who his bravado has been allowed by a lot of people. And people are like, that's just how he is. That's how he talks. He's just disrespectful. No. Check yourself.
And he could have easily taken Safari to the side, because what did we notice about the last round table when everybody was getting on him? He could have easily taken him to the side and be like, hey, we had this talk already. I asked you, you said no. It would have been really nice for a heads up. And Safari could have easily maybe taken it differently and not been so defensive. Yeah. But you want to do this in front of everybody when we talking about burning the negativity, and it's a therapy session, and you like, well, before we get into the positive, let me bring the energy all the way down.
The only reason why I feel like Joe was like super upset was because nobody knew that, I guess, him and Safari had a conversation the prior week before they even got out to Costa Rica, and I guess
no one still had to know.
I'm like, I guess he asked him, like, if Erica was coming.
Thelmy, you want this? No. Oh, 2 minutes later, maybe I do. Yeah. Oh, wow.
And
that's not how you handle it.
I also think that Safari lets his women lead, and I could easily see Erica Mena be like, later,
her own flight.
She'd be like, I'm about to come out there. He was like, well, should I tell him? No, you ain't got to tell him nothing. Like, you ain't got to, I can see that being a conversation.
Her side. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, y'all, let's get into these tweets that we have for you. We basically pick tweets that are trending on Twitter. Let's get right into what you have. Is this one of yours, Robin, or is this? Oh, this is mine. Why is Joe so worked up over Safari? He didn't have the same energy with the Migos.
Wrap it up,
chat. Sure didn't offer to put that in the sand.
You see him walking off, y'all. Bye, good night.
But it was three of them. It was three of them now.
No, but honestly, I think he was just saving his job. I don't think that Joe's walking away from any fight. But I just feel like, no, seriously,
no. But he's bullying Safari. Like he
does have slight bullying tendencies, even in his relationships.
All right, let's get into the next tweet. Juju wants it both ways. I feel like she's feeling Safari and she kept friend-zoning him, and now she's in her feelings because he's moved on. That's from Melanin.
That's exactly
Melanin Chronicles. Shout out to you.
Snap.
Yes, Melanin.
Yes. And girl, Maino can't even help with his own rap career. That's from Keisha Wynn.
This is horrible.
Oh my gosh. No lies told, or how y'all feeling?
I'm just saying, when the last time Maino had a hit? Hi, hater.
Oh, that was wild.
But I did appreciate their conversation. I feel like
hi, Maino. I'm not hating.
No, we don't hate.
We definitely skipped over that little
one more
candlelight
tweet.
dinner.
From Instagram, we found a tweet
from Erica Mena. So she's basically responding. One person goes, I really don't care for Joe Budden confronting Safari.
We didn't even know Erica Mena was there. Who cares?
Like, who cares? So Erica Mena's like, I don't get it, especially since no one really cared, let alone asked about Sin's whereabouts when he brought another female to my man's crib.
Ooh.
That's some tea.
That is some real. See, now this is making.
That's why
this
he was
is
so
making
mad.
so much more sense. This is making so much more sense. Like, I'm saying, like,
now you mad, Joe? Because what was you?
know what I'm saying?
What chick is this that you brought over here?
Why
underlinings of things that are going on. What does Erica know?
Yeah.
What does she know? What does she have on you? You get what I'm saying? And these are the things that are going on.
Wait, do you have one picture
say
with
that
all three of them?
Well, let's get right into
again.
our other special segment, Guess That Bar. This is where I read the lyrics in monotone, and the ladies have to guess who sings it
It's
and what
actually
song
funny
it is.
too. I'm like, where before that, Jonathan, I think we had a quick picture that actually went with that last tweet that like Erica was talking about. There's like a
This
that
one
picture
right here.
when they all three of them were on
Yes.
Hollywood Squares, and then this is
that
Erica,
is Erica Mena kissing Sin's belly.
They're
pregnant.
all good.
So we good right here. It's all good in the hood, but now we hearing about. So
But
when
Sin wasn't really mad. She was just I feel like she felt uncomfortable. But Joe,
She should have spoken.
Why do you feel
Joe-
uncomfortable? She's kissing your baby, and
That's-
you're talking
that's
about
very
you were
personal.
holding
You let
my
people
baby.
touch your belly and kiss
Are you
your belly,
kidding me?
so-
And that's your ex-lover. Like love, that love is not
well,
gone.
it's a
She
lot
used
of
to
stuff
be
that
down
we
there
don't
back in the
know.
day,
It's a lot of
like-
stuff that we don't know. Just like we didn't know that
the
Joe
truth
had
will come out. The
we
truth
didn't know
will come
Joe
out.
brought somebody over to
and
Safari's house.
That's where all that stuff is coming from,
That is the
guilt.
underlining like hole in the story.
Okay, let's move on to Guess That Bar.
Next week gonna be interesting.
Yes,
Man, yo,
it
we have really come back today.
Okay.
All right.
We have a lot to
are you
say.
guys ready for
Let's
Guess That
go.
Bar?
Let's
Thank
get
you.
it.
Yes, B,
Okay,
let's
let's go. I come from Bed-Stuy. Ends either do or they gon' die. Gotta keep that wretched close by. Somebody murdered, nobody seen, nobody heard it. Just another funeral service.
Is this from New York, Jay-Z?
Oh.
You got a guess?
No.
Girl, play it.
You got a guess?
No.
That is not.
Well, Jonathan. Oh, you
Yeah.
got it right.
Okay.
That's exactly.
I
That's
don't
from
know
Bed-Stuy. Okay, I know.
Yes,
lighters,
little
put your
kid.
lighters
Put your
up.
lighters up.
Lights is
I
up.
look. I can just give y'all melodies. I can't.
Right.
We can
So,
hum it and
if
give
you
you a good
didn't
hum.
know, Maino and Lil Kim used to be really, really tight. So,
Were they?
yeah.
How
I
tight
don't know.
were they?
Nah, I don't know.
Not tight
I
enough.
think it was a little something extra, but hey,
That's none of our business.
he's
though.
with Maggie now. All right, next one. I fly with the stars in the sky, and
Hey.
I'm no longer trying to survive. I
Hey.
believe that life is a prize, but to live doesn't mean you're alive. Don't
Don't
worry about me.
And
We're
who
good
I
next,
inspire.
right? Nicki Minaj.
What's
Wow.
the song?
For
Come
life.
on. This
Moment
was-
for life.
This is
Moment for
actually my
life.
high school graduation
Oh,
song.
so you know it.
Yeah,
okay.
I do. We know.
Hey.
Hey.
Yo, Nicki
is what we
Nicki
on
is
the
the
brink
queen
of.
all
Is
day.
that
I could have this moment for life,
Hey, hey.
for life,
This is such a good song.
for life.
Why? Why?
Cause in this moment I just feel so alive.
Go ahead, girl.
All right,
Tell
let's
us how
get
you
into
really
number
feel.
3.
That's motivation right there.
Come on, yeah.
I ain't never
Baby.
been this song.
Are you drunk? Is you had enough? Are you here looking for love? Got the club going crazy. All
Chris
these
Brown,
G's.
ain't it? No, wait.
No. Cause the girls gone crazy. I got the haters on the grounds on you. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
But what's the name of the song? though? You gotta know the
Baby,
name.
Wait, sing it some more. Maybe we could guess the
And
name.
the haters with his eyes on you. Is it somebody's lady? I don't know how to sing like Rob.
Okay. She was the baddest. I was the realest. We was
He
the
was the
flies.
baddest. Oh, stop it. What? Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
Don't
But what's the name of the song?
Go Thelmy. Go Thelmy. Go Thelmy. She on fire tonight. She got two.
That was actually my album.
This is my little jam.
So she really likes Nicki Minaj,
I
honestly,
love
because she
Nicki,
knows
man.
all the
People-
words.
She's not getting enough of the respect that she deserves, man. That's another
That's
story.
another time.
That's another story.
I've never done this good though. This was the closest.
This y'all had a good week. I took a
know,
little break.
right?
I took a little break this week. I let y'all have
Normally
it.
you are on. You be firing.
I let y'all have it this week.
All right.
Appreciate
And
it.
so let's get into our news and gossip. Breaking news.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Oh, you know what? I think we got. I think.
I have some
like-
news, a clip of a sneak peek of next week. Yandy and Kimbella. We're gonna see what's going on with them.
Ooh.
Bella, Ella,
Eh, eh.
Look at the harmony.
So this is about 2 minutes long. So we'll play a little snippet of
It's
what's
gonna
going
close the
on.
show.
No, I have another piece of news and gossip. There we go, Yandy.
Anger, hurt,
Oh, they finally do it.
and discord.
Yeah.
I do.
Listen, you got more shit to
And I
do.
think that so many relationships get messed up, get over because of a lack of communication.
Kim's bun looks
You know,
cute.
and I think even with me and you, there is
is
a
where they make up.
huge lack of communication, and
Yeah.
this happens, and it caused dissension, it caused discord, and just a whole bunch of confusion.
Okay, words.
And what I feel like is we've allowed people to say things, to do things, and things have gotten too far.
Are you laughing?
And I feel like
Man, I'm just like
we
over
should
here. I'm just
know
like-
if we make a pact and it's Kim may tell me to say something, I'm not saying
That's
nothing.
what I was
I'ma
getting
hold
at.
you down
So-
to the day I die.
Hold it down for your friend.
And that's exactly
gets-
what she did, which is
She got
true.
the apology finally. It took this trip to get it out. But they finally got the resolve that we know what happened.
happening,
And now
we're just
that
seeing how it happened.
She got to be a bridesmaid. So,
And now we don't know if they're friends.
well, TMZ also has a little scoop for us. Safari. So the reunion was recently filmed, and it turns out that he was late to the reunion. They first thought that he wasn't going to show, and now VH1 is threatening legal action because you're contractually obligated
To show up to work, honey.
show up to work on time and do what you're supposed to do. So unfortunately, sources according to the show, they say he made a dramatic entrance halfway through the reunion.
VH1 needs to calm down
like,
because
straight,
Safari
like,
is the
had that
only
big old fur
loving
coat
hip hop.
on.
No, he's
Do
the
we-
only. He's the only loving hip hop star that travels around from city to city, from state to state to film Love and Hip Hop. He'll be on Love and Hip Hop Miami, then he'll be to
Atlanta,
LA for
Hollywood.
them.
He's
Then
like the
he moves
male
to Hollywood.
Joseline, like, we're only
He
checking
moves
for
around
Safari
for
at
them.
this point.
He done paid his dues. Let him come late. It's
Where's
What
okay.
do you
Safari.
think Erica is rubbing off on him? Because you know she did the same thing. She didn't
Erica
show up.
do,
Remember
like-
when she
Don't
got
blame
engaged
us,
to Bow Wow?
Erica.
No, remember when she got engaged to Bow Wow? She was like, "I'm better than this, and I'm not going to the reunion."
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, y'all all receiving checks, and if y'all were better than this, y'all wouldn't be on the show. So
Yeah,
y'all need
show
to
up to
stop
work on
doing that.
time. Yeah.
And on
That's
that
our
note-
show, guys. We got some predictions for you. What do you think is going to happen next episode?
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
The only thing that I'm curious to see is this sit down between Rich and Safari over Erica Mena. Because
that.
Rich is salty. I asked you if you was messing with her.
No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Yes, I did.
Why does it
Safari
matter?
be lying.
I thought Rich was messing with Mariah Lynn. Am I
messing with
missing
all of
something?
He
them.
messed with every girl on the cast, but he did. You know, he had the song for Erica.
I really want to look up
He
how
loved
long
Erica.
ago this
What?
was.
Like he did. The Erica was the one he let go.
I know there was tears. There was
Yeah.
tears.
They
with
both
the Erica
crying over
situation.
each other. That was ugly. That was such an ugly relationship.
And then they fought. Sin fought over him with her, so it was a lot.
Yeah.
Of,
I'm just waiting for everything
History
to
there.
play out. I don't have any predictions because, as we know, things go left, go right, and I'm just waiting.
I think
know.
in true Virgo fashion, Joey's
what?
gonna blow up, then he gonna cry.
Ooh.
He gonna
Talk about what? What you
He's
doing?
gonna watch. He's
looked like
gonna
he was
blow
okay.
up and do the most. Then he's gonna be like,
I'm hurt.
that came from a different place.
sorry.
And, I feel like I've been operating out of.
So do we think Rich and Safari gonna get 1-2 punch in? Because they were kind of
No,
close
they
to each
not.
other.
Oh, it
Never.
did look like he stood up, like he's about to take his shirt off or something.
Rich
It
needs
did
to
not
sit
look
down
like
and
that.
worry about the fact that your baby mama is going to prison.
I'm sorry, Safari was the one that got it first, so I don't know. Tell Safari to sit down.
Technically, Rich don't even need to be worried about his baby mama, but
Or Erica. That was literally like 10 years ago.
Who is his new girlfriend?
and Mariah.
Lynn.
They didn't even
Stop.
Well, y'all, that's our show for tonight. I'm your host, Miss Conversation Piece. You can follow me on Instagram at MISS Conversation Piece or tweet me at Miss Combo Piece because they wouldn't let me put my whole name on Twitter. It's all good.
Tell us how you really feel. B.
I'm mad at Twitter.
Well, guys, I'm Thelmy Baysway Daniel. I'm always blessed and happy to be here. You can catch me on Instagram at Thelmy.
Woo, what a review, recap. I'm your girl, Robin with the V. You can find me at B Stays Busy, B-I-Z-Z-Y. They call me the Busy Bird.
Keep it short and sweet. You guys can follow me on Instagram at @theonly_Kayla Renee. Be blessed and highly favored.
Oh,
See you
short
guys
and
next
sweet.
Great week, guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.